Hey, I'm Adrian Trent from Zazuko, and today I want to show you how to set up our new open source product. The product is called Blueprint or Zazuko Blueprint, and we call it at the moment a enterprise knowledge graph frontend and browser. This is something you've probably used in some form already. There are some other products, some open source, some commercial. But I think with Blueprint, we change the game here. We introduce a new way of browsing and extending that. And I quickly want to show you how you can get that running on your local system. So the first thing you have to do is to go to our GitHub repository, and you will need a local Docker installed on your system. If you have Windows or Mac, this is probably Docker Desktop. If you're on Linux, you simply need the Docker stuff installed on the command line. We will see later that optionally you can play with a Kubernetes cluster, but let's start with the basics first. So the first thing you do is you check out the repository on your local system. I already did that. This is the repository here. And we have to go directly to the stack subdirectory because we want to set up the base. So you click here. And then you basically get the commands that you have to execute to build the whole stack and run it on your local system. So we're going to do exactly that. First we go to stack. This is this one here. And now within the stack directory, you copy this command and you just paste it to your console. And now it will build the containers and make everything exposed. This is really fast here. When you run that on your local system, this will obviously take more time because it has to build it first. I just did that before, so we don't lose time. So be patient here. It might take a few minutes, depending on the power of your system and internet connection, to build the whole thing. But you see that we have now 4 things started. We have Blueprint itself. We have the store, which is a Fuseki triple store. We have Trifid, which is a Sparkle proxy and dereferencing frontend, and we have some demo data in there. So that's exactly what we need. When I do a Docker PS, I should see that. Yes, I see 3 things. Actually, the demo data set will disappear after it got started. But we see that we have a Fuseki, we have a Trifid instance, and we have Blueprint. All these things, by the way, are open source, so you can do whatever you want with them. Good, so the next thing you can do is basically go to the front end on localhost. It's on port 8081, and you are greeted with the login page. You just type admin, and you are in Blueprint. And I will not go into details in here. I will do other videos for that, but what I recommend you to try is to search for SAM. By the way, the Fuseki search is right now slow. We have to work on that. We have an application SAM. This is the one you want to see, so make sure to choose the application. And when you go on context, you see one of these super specific visualizations for this application. When we go on the graph view, you see the classical RDF way of looking at things. Here in this context, you can really browse this thing more specific, in this case with an enterprise architect view based on the Archimate standard. So all the symbols, all the colors, all this style is typical for Archimate visualizations. But it's interactive, it's based on your knowledge graph, it's doing Sparkle queries in the background. And when you go here, you can see that we really basically traverse the graph now without really traversing it in a typical graph way. So that's all I wanted to show you. You can also go to Trifid if you want to do Sparkle queries on the whole thing. There is a YASGUI available here on the local system. So this all runs on your local demo dataset, which is automatically loaded unless you tell the system to do otherwise. Last but not least, you can also go on the Fuseki frontend where you can maintain the dataset and figure out what we did in here. As I said, I will do follow-up videos which show more about Blueprint and the idea behind it. We also have a presentation from the Knowledge Graph Forum in 2024 where I present the whole concept behind Blueprint and why we started to work the way we do. So check them out. I will link them in this video, and we are looking forward to hear back from you what you think about it.